Yo, what's good, guys? Alright, I'm gonna try and make this video as quick as possible because I'm at work. That's number one. Number two, I need to make this video as quick as possible because you guys know I do not like rambling. So I am now 9 years on testosterone, and I am extremely stressed. I have surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. I've almost completed bum surgery. It has been extremely painful. It has been extremely long-winded, and it has put my life on hold. Warning for guys who think that bum surgery is going to be a breeze. It is not. It's just every expectation I had is out the window. It is just, it's unexplainable in the video.
Right. My bad, by the way, for the smudges on the on the tablet, but on the iPad. Right, guys. So I just want to let you guys know what, those that have viewed have probably known me for a long time and have watched me go through a whirlwind of emotions, a lot of, different types of, benzo abuse, all kinds of different things. I'm no saint, and I've done a lot of bad stuff that I'm not proud of, as well as everyone's done that. But for me, because I really want to change the world, and I say that all the time because I feel like I can. I feel like if I can get, over half a million views on like my video where I'm just naked, just basically trying to show everybody that, this is the meaning to me of full, true, body positivity. And I'm not going to say it was easy. In fact, this is really sensitive information as well, so you can spread it or you can really learn from it and maybe make you make a different decision, or the decision that you want to go with, because everybody's got their own mind, you see. And I feel like a lot of the time people often go with what other people would do, and that's how, brilliant ideas aren't made and stuff. And I feel like doing this video right here, right now, when I did it, it was probably the most authentic video you guys have ever got out of me. It was one of my first. I've got another two which I'm gonna also on archive, so you can watch those two as well. And I've always had this very confident, I will say what I want and how I feel. And, just listening to that, I already knew within myself exactly what I was going to say. I knew I wasn't going to come up on the camera and waste anybody's time, and I wasn't going to try and ramble neither. I was going to try and make each sentence hit a nerve so that it stays in your mind. So when you're sleeping, you think about this. And this is for every single one of every human being, not just the ones in the LGBTQIA, because they are not the only people with these type of emotions or similar emotions, or it can be relatable. This video is very relatable, and this is why it got the views that it did. 400,000 views, for the simple fact that it is actually relatable in one way or another. That's the difference between my videos now, which are less relatable, than videos like these, when I was very much trying to just basically be part of the FTM community, because I didn't know where I fit in as an intersex male, which is why I do so much talking about it, and why people, some people might get bored of hearing about it, but there's always going to be that 10 million people that they don't know nothing about it, and they're learning it for the first time, and they're also learning that someone like me could face a regret or two for whatever reason. You never know. I didn't think 10 years ago I was ever going to have any regrets, and this video showed exactly that. So let's continue with the video.
About bum surgery, I am warning anybody who is maybe thinking of getting bum surgery to honestly think of the entire picture. You have to. I did, but I ignored all my thoughts. I ignored my feelings, and I went and had bum surgery, and now I am in agony all the time. I'm not saying that's going to be you or somebody else, but I am. And I did nothing wrong other than stick to what I was supposed to do, which was rest, eat good. My body is in good physical health, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. The surgery didn't go great for me. My surgery failed, and I had the second one. And coming from that, I've got a surgery in December.
And that surgery in December also failed, and it actually left me in more pain than I was already in. And so this was a very fragile time for me. I had no fixed abode. I was living with my parents, and although we got the best relationship ever, we can't live together. We have a good relationship because we barely see each other. So this was a very stressful time for me. I was splitting up from the mother of my child. There was just so much going on. I lost my old property that I lived in due to greed. I was very greedy. I wanted more money, and I sublet the property, and that was stupid of me because I jeopardized mine and my entire family's living situation, all out of the fact of survival. There was a stage when I could have done YouTube. I could have been making money from then, but instead what I did is I chose to do something which I should never have done. And I'm not going to blame that on my age. I'm going to blame that on the fact that just when you just want the best for you and your family, the lengths you will go through, you'll be surprised. And it's not just about, doing things where you're not necessarily taking the money or having to, it was as simple as I'd literally let out my flat. And, because I did that, that's called subletting, which, because I was too young and dumb and hungry for money at the time so I could make sure I protected my family, that's the consequences that came with it. There was loads of things happening that year when I made this video.
I'm not like the really brainy kind of like YouTuber who can like explain to you guys in detail what part of the surgery I'm at and all of that, because to be fair, if you know about bottom surgery, then you should know like what stage is for what and what stage I'm at. I don't really like to talk about it in too much detail because it is kind of like, I feel kind of weird, like I'm talking to a screen about like all these private things. I mean, it's going on a social media networking site where anyone can view it, and it's just weird. I know some people that don't mind doing that, but I'm not quite out there like that yet. I never have been.
And what I meant by that statement, is that I'm not quite out like that. I haven't ever really been. Is because there was a stage when nobody knew that I was intersex or whatever, like, whatever word you want to give it. Nobody knew that. As in, the people I went to school with, the people I was around the people I was around with as a child, family, all of that kind of stuff. So, to do this was huge. And all the other videos I've done after, including my Lad Bible one, where it's got 1.7 million, I've come a long way.
There's definitely something for people to think about. Years later, down on testosterone, and I feel like I'm kind of ruined, mentally and physically. The good effects of testosterone stopped at maybe 3 years. I had this really sexy high schooler looking kind of thing going on, and I looked really like a jock type shit. I looked good. And then 4 and 5 and 6 years started creeping up, and then my hairline started creeping back, and the facial hair obviously came in full force, but I realized it didn't look good on me, so I used to shave it off. I still do. Like, this is a fresh face. I'm normally like, my beard's normally out there, and and my mental is just like all over the place. That's due to like life stress, as well as like the tea and everything, and just everything, like everything. I'd give a massive warning, just a huge warning to anybody who is thinking of transitioning or who is transitioning. And I would just say, like, you've got to honestly have the most durable, strongest mind. You've got to have like an out of this world type mind, because I don't understand like this whole process. It's been really enjoyable, but it's been really unenjoyable as well. I'm sorry, it has been. I can't lie. They're going to the gym all the time to keep my body in good shape and good health. And then like when you don't want to go to the gym, and it's just like, no, I don't really want to go to the gym today. And you don't go to the gym, you start eating for a bit, like a few months.
And what I meant in that particular thing is, yes, there are guys where if they eat a lot of food and they don't go to the gym, that they have more of a like a bigger body, as in like they're fat. But what I'm saying is, as somebody whose body develops half male, half female, I have a very strong physique up here, but then I still get the booty and I still get the thighs. And, because I'm eating crap a lot of the time too, I get the belly. And that's what I was complaining about here. Obviously now I'm trying to change my lifestyle to make sure that I'm eating a balanced diet. But back here, there was a lot of self-inflicted things that I was doing to myself. And I feel like I was a bit too hard on myself here. And you know, but we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Next thing you know, your love handles are back, man. You got an arse again, and next thing you know, you got a whole, you know, that little curvy body. And it's like, hold on, I haven't worked out for like a few months. Why is it all my hard work in the gym is all gone? And remember, I'm 9 years on T. I've had all different surgeries. Like, I'm like complete with this shit now. Like, why is this shit happening to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna happen because that's just how biology says so.
That's how biology says so.
Genetics, whatever. It's just fucking annoying, bro. It's annoying. Like, this whole thing's been, it's been about upkeep. Transitioning is about upkeep. You gotta upkeep your mind. You gotta upkeep your thoughts.
You gotta upkeep your mind, you gotta upkeep your thoughts, you gotta upkeep everything. There's gonna be people, for example, who you might one day not be too strong enough to not listen to. You might not be able to blur out all of the things you're hearing about yourself, or the different family member that's been depressed since you came out as someone who's trans, or you came out as gay, you came out as lesbian, or whatever it is that you've coming out as. You know, you're coming out as something which you know is going to get backlash. And when it doesn't, it's like, oh, okay, wow. But then years later, sometimes it can spark some next drama that you didn't even know was there. Everyone's drinking, having a nice time. Next thing you know, why did you do this to yourself? You know, it really does go without saying. Now, I'm going to leave that video there. Because it's quite a long video. And this video is becoming quite long as well. But, you know, I know that a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, yes, I could go to the gym and get a hench body, a little but what about the people who, for example, can't work out? They have medical problems, but they also happen to be trans, intersex, anything like that. You know, there's not a lot of understanding and empathy. The empathy is not even there, and I didn't think it would be. So anyway, for the last 2 more minutes of my time that you guys are getting, because you know, I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for rocking with me, guys. I love you all, and I just can't wait to keep on bringing in all of those them, what do you call them, yeah, subs, followers. Tell your friends about me. I always keep it real 24/7 8. Anyway, yeah, no, so basically, yeah, so this end bit is basically me telling you guys where I'm at now since then, yeah? Since that video and the way I sounded and how I just wasn't really sure of myself. Let me tell you now, there's still days I'm not sure of myself. But then what do? I try and put my mind into something else that could take my mind off of that. And then at least, like, for example, you feel a way about your love handles, you feel a way about your, you know, your weight and all this different kind of stuff. If you can, because not everybody can, but if you can, get to the gym. That will help you. It already is proven to help you mentally. So imagine that, plus, you know, your body looking better, the compliments will start flowing in. It's all a process, but it starts with us. It really does. So my advice to all of you guys is stay focused on what you're doing, and don't let the fact that you're seeing this person detransition, that person detransition, don't make that make you then think, oh, well, I'm going to just do that too because it's just too much to handle. And don't, because you might not be the tallest or the stockiest or a guy with a deep voice, don't let that be the reason either, because what about the guys with the not deep voices? Should they just check? Look, we've got to learn to love the skin we're in. And I know that's rich coming from me, but I don't love the skin I'm in, because I told you guys about the pain that I'm in every single day that I wasn't prior to this surgery. However, I've walked away with a load of different other benefits. I've got something between my legs, something nice between my legs. And on top of that, yeah, I've got a story to tell. So get out there and tell yours, yeah? Because all of you, man, and all of you women, you all deserve that. Remember, Roshaante, I told you. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry about the dirty screen. I should have really buffered it up before I put it on the camera. But you know me, authentic. And I'm so authentic, I ain't got time to be going like this. Bye. Love you guys, and make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribing. Share.